Hi, welcome to this demo of ReaderBase, an open source platform for real-time sensors data collection used in observational studies and remote decentralized clinical trials. In this session, I'm going to focus on demonstrating how to manage studies, participants, and various data ingestion options we have. We will see how to enroll a participant using the passive aRMT app for data collection, then the active aRMT app for electronic patient-reported outcomes or surveys. In addition to that, we will also see how to enable data collection from popular devices such as the Fitbit Charge 3 in order to receive data from their APIs to ReaderBase. Then we will see how to upload data collected from devices which do not have an automatic data sharing method such as an SDK or APIs. Lastly, I will show some data collected using ReaderBase through the passive aRMT app and Fitbit on a data visualization dashboard. Please note that the data and steps shown in this session is only for demonstration purposes and may not reflect an actual study or participant. Here I am about to show you the first component of this modular solution, the study management system, also referred to as the management portal. This web portal is used to create, identify, and manage users, studies, and study participants within the ReaderBase platform. Now I'm logged in as a system admin. The first step to start a study using ReaderBase is to create a project in the management portal and assign users with project-level access rights. Only a user with system admin privileges can create a project and users. First, create a project using the management portal, enter your study details, then assign data sources you want to use in this project from the apps. Data sources types that are supported by the apps are automatically imported in the management portal. You can select one or more items to be used by the passive aRMT app. Then, create users with a project admin role who can manage studies assigned to them. The next step is to enroll participants. The management portal does not store any personally identifiable information, thus onboarding of a participant is relatively straightforward. To enroll a participant, create a subject under the project. When you create a subject, you can optionally enter an external identifier, for example, an identifier from an external system, such as an EDC or a trial management system. Then press Save. Now you have created a subject for this participant. At this point, you can onboard this participant to use one of the apps. To do so, please click on the Pair App button, then select the name of the app you want to use. For example, choose pRMT for Passive Data Collection Mobile App or aRMT to enable the survey app. Then click on the Generate QR Code button. On the screen you will see the QR code you generated. Your participant at this point needs to scan this QR code from the mobile app installed on his smartphone. In the next section, you will see how the onboarding works from the app's perspective. The setup steps from a participant perspective are fairly easy. Your subject shall access the App Store on the smartphone and download the free mobile apps we've made available for ReaderBase. Your participants need to scan the QR code you have created for him or her. Based on the type of population you enroll in your study, you may choose to have a face-to-face onboarding process or a virtual one. Thus, these codes can also be shared via email, and the duration of the code can be configured directly in the management portal. Once the app is downloaded in the smartphone and the code is scanned, your participant will be logged in. The passive app that I'm showing on the screen now will be then asking to your participant to consent to data collection from various mobile sensors, such as the camera, the mic, etc. The sensors and the consent policy itself can of course be configured based on your study protocol. Pretty much the same process applies to the setup of the active app. But while the participant can forget about the passive app collecting data from the background of your phone, the active app will require scheduled interactions. Such schedule can of course be configured. What you're seeing now on the screen are some examples of the surveys and the questions that we shared with participants of a COVID-19 research study. In the next section, I'm going to demonstrate how ReaderBase can collect data from devices which send data to their own storage and share data via APIs. In these cases, the users of the device have to authorize a ReaderBase application to collect data from their device's account. In this demo, we will use Fitbit as an example. First, go to the authorization portal and log in with your own credentials from the management portal. Then log in to the Fitbit account of the user and authorize a ReaderBase application to collect data from Fitbit. Then we're going to link a subject from the management portal to this Fitbit user. You can do that by selecting the corresponding project and subject ID. Then provide the time window you want to collect the data from Fitbit. For example, the start and end date of your study. Then press Save. Now, ReaderBase can receive data from this participant from his or her Fitbit device. We are almost at the end of this demo. What I'm gonna show now is the last data ingestion option. These are going to be the steps you have to follow to manually upload data collected from devices that do not have an SDK or APIs. To do so, please go to the ReaderBase data upload interface. Log in with your management portal credentials. You will see the projects and subjects available in the management portal, also loaded in this application. Select the project the participant belongs to. Then create a record to upload data. When creating a record, mention the participant to produce the data and the type of data source. This can be an app or a device, for example. Press Create Record, then upload the data, then press Finish. Now you can see a record that has been created for this participant with the files you have uploaded. You can see here some example of data collected using ReaderBase. The data collected is structured by project name, subject ID, then the data stream name. Inside the data stream folder, you can find folders with the timestamp of the data it contains. By default, the data is split per hour. If you extract the compressed file, you can see that the data also contains metadata of the subject to produce the data, such as project name, subject ID, The timestamps of each record was produced with values. We are almost at the end of this demo. What I'm going to show now is some data collected using the passive aRMT app, Fitbit, RadarBase, and then loaded into a data visualization tool. The data loaded here is produced by a participant under project The Hive Demo, and the subject ID is shown here. We are seeing data collected for roughly about a month. At a glance, you can see if data is not available for a certain time. The graph shows 3D acceleration data from the passive mobile app, step count, battery level, Bluetooth devices connected to the phone, the relative location, and the amount of time spent by the participant on various apps on the phone. We can also see the Fitbit data produced during the same time. We can see the heart rate reported by Fitbit and the step count. You can zoom in into the data to get better insight. Now you can already see some correlations between accelerometer data, step count produced by the passive app, more step counts recorded when the participant was moving, as well as the Fitbit heart rate showing correlation to when the participant was running or walking. This map shows the relative location of the participant. So we cannot know exactly where the participant has been, but we can know how much the participant has been moving. If you look at the Fitbit data, it is also clear that when the participant was active, either walking or running, the heart rate was relatively high. And this is the end of the demo. Thank you for watching the session. If you would like to know more about RadarBase or have questions, please feel free to reach out to the Hive via RadarBase at thehive.nl or go to the RadarBase community.